Call to order the August 10th, 2023 Recreation Committee meeting. Present are Councilman Wackersback, Councilman Turner, and myself, and we're going to get Dal Wackersback to lead us in the prayer and the pledge.
God, guide us today to make the right decisions for this parish as we go into election season. Guide everybody to be kind to their neighbor, do what's right for this parish, treat people the way they ought to be treated. So, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes. I'm in a meeting, Cinnamon. Yes. That was our council secretary, and I answered it because I thought, well, maybe there's an emergency. Okay. Moving on to public comment. If anybody would like to comment, y'all can fill out a card and turn it in, and we will allow you 3 minutes to speak. Moving on to the director's report. The one, the only, Michael King.
Appreciate that introduction. So yeah, I just had a couple things I wanted to highlight. First, of course, we want to give a huge shout out to AP Baseball and all the teams. I'm sure it sounds like everybody's been paying attention to what's going on, but just kind of recap, we had several teams represent, and several teams actually winning state, winning their divisions, and then going on to regionals. So we had, and even one team going to the World Series. So our 50-70 intermediate team, they made it all the way to the World Series in Livermore, California, which is super proud of them. And then the Little League 12-year-old team, the 12U team, they made it to, they were so close to making it to the World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, but couldn't quite get it done in the last minute. But they were so good. They fought hard. All of our teams played and represented us really well, and we're super proud of the way that they carried themselves both on the field and off throughout this whole thing. So just really proud of where we've come in a very short amount of time with that relationship with AP Baseball. Also wanted to let everybody know that oh, just to recap, 2 other events that we had. So we had our Youth Fest events, our back to school events. For the first time, we had one in Gonzales on the east side of the river, and we had it right down the road. We partnered with the City of Gonzales and the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, and we had 852 kids come through on that, and that's just kids. So we had well over 1,000 people come through that event 2 Saturdays ago. And then this past Saturday, we had one in Donaldsonville at the WAG Center, where, again, we partnered with the City of Donaldsonville and the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, and we were able to serve 609 kids, 973 total. So we had a huge impact at these 2 events, getting kids ready for back to school, having them, participate in some healthy activities, getting some information out there from our local vendors as well to help them get the year started off right. Also want to let y'all know we do have some registration both open now and about to get going. So AYSA softball and AP baseball are both registering right now, as is Ascension Flight Soccer Club. And then we also will be coming pretty soon with Ascension Youth Basketball Association and West Ascension Basketball. So a lot happening coming up here in the fall and winter sports. And, this coming Saturday, we have a Purple Heart ceremony taking place. So due to the extreme heat that we have been having, we are moving from Veterans Park inside to the Council on Aging, which is right next door. That will be at, I believe, 10 o'clock. And then, they'll do their big program and then have a chance to walk through the park after that. But basically, just to kind of sum it all up, we are going, it's a Purple Heart ceremony, which is basically we are naming, or the parish, the city, and Veterans Park are all being named Purple Heart City, Parish, and Park. So it's a pretty big deal. to go through this whole, ordeal and make it a big ceremony to honor those, with Purple Hearts. So that is coming up this Saturday. And that would conclude my director's report.
Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Very good. So we will move on to update on the progress of recreation construction projects.
So real quick, this would be in your packet, same spreadsheet as last time, we just kind of keep updating it as we go along. So Rachel Farah, our project manager, is going to run you through just a couple of the highlights, the big things we're doing.
We got three major updates for this month. First of all, Butch Gore's posted in the paper now for bid. We got our completed drawings as of yesterday. That has been posted, and we will be receiving bids on that over the next probably 3 to 4 weeks. We plan to start construction on that in October if everything stays on schedule as far as the bidding documents and all the bids being received and it getting to council and finance. We also selected the lowest responsive bidder for the South Louisiana Fairgrounds backstops. That will be presented to finance and to council next month in September, and we plan to start that beginning of October as well. And as of this week, I did receive the Dutchtown splash pad quote finally, so we are coordinating the site work, putting that together in a scope of work, and we'll get that out for quote as soon as I can get that coordinated. Shouldn't be too long.
Great, that sounds great. The splash pad, I know it's going to make Terry excited. Anything else? Any questions, gentlemen? Okay, moving on to update on the grounds maintenance.
Yeah, and so kind of similarly, I'm gonna let Jeff talk a little bit about what we have going on there. And I do have just a few pictures that we can share, hopefully, if, and just kind of some of the main things that they've been working on here recently. We finally got, I know we had talked about this, we finally got some equipment in, some much needed equipment that had been ordered well over a year ago. And so as that stuff is starting to come in, we are actually able to get out there and do quite a bit of work. So, Jeff, if you want to kind of keep going, and I'll try to scroll through some pictures if we can get that set up.
Good evening, everybody. Since our last committee meeting, we've been very busy during this record-breaking heat wave that we've been going through for months now. But we've completed spot fertilizer applications again, both liquid and granular. We also we continued aerification. So as of today, all the fields have been aerified 3 times, and Butch Gore, Prairieville, Southwood, Jackie Robinson, the 3 fields at Donaldsonville, softball, and Paul and Darrow have all been top dressed as well. Those fields have also been seeded with Bermuda grass seed, and we will continue on with Sandoval and Stevens next week.
And so a lot of kind of what you're looking at, you remember, we're kind of filling in. They've got some of this new equipment they're showing you that they're going through, and so this is going to make a huge difference. Obviously, it takes a while to kind of turn these things around and get it going, but we are super excited to have all this going, and we think it's going to make a huge difference in the quality of everything that we have. And as you'll see, some fertilized fields over here, and then again, more top dressing going down, trying to fix some of these spots that we've gotten. And that was from a lot of where they were spraying, trying to eliminate the weeds and everything that we didn't want, to now bring back everything that we do. So, let's see.
And some of the pictures you're looking at are progressive of the fertilizer and how well the Bermuda's taking or has been moving, especially at Donaldsonville. That shows a real good example of what those fields look like after we trimmed the trees back and started fertilizing, and top dressing has been growing in pretty well.
Councilman Wagasback has a question.
Okay.
Yeah, do we have our own, is that that top dressing machine, is that ours? It's new?
Yes, sir.
That is.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
So we don't have to borrow it from the school board anymore? Right?
What's that? Say
We
it
don't have
again.
to borrow it from the school board?
Correct. We
Okay.
don't. So we're excited. Yeah, that was one of those things we ordered. at least a year and a half ago, and it took about that long for it to come in, so,
Okay,
yeah. We've had a lot of plans, we're finally being able to get
good
to
deal,
it.
yeah.
I
Okay.
know Dow's too shy to ask, but can he have a ride along? He was asking before, he just wants to ride in it at some point.
Oh, I don't wanna ride along, I wanna
Wants
drive.
to drive.
Yeah.
We'll have to clear
I
that
wanna
with,
drive, I'm
have
not
to clear
riding
that with
along.
legal, make sure that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check his license. Y'all go on.
all right, that's all I have.
That's it. Okay, anything else? Nope. Oh, Councilman Robert's question.
Yeah, I just was curious about that last one, you were talking about fertilizer with the bathroom door kicked in. Do we have cameras at that facility?
not at that
Our
one. We're
facilities?
working on getting them all. I've been working with James LeBlanc to get a list of everything and what are our most damaged, and we're working on, with some potential, funders and also some possibly some local organizations to put in, Wi-Fi and get cameras in these locations.
And I know that y'all have dealt with them before, I
Yeah.
know definitely the city has, but, Travis Acosta with construction surveillance systems, you go around all this new construction, he has these towers that he builds, that are made out of, metal, iron, whatever, so you don't have to worry about them being stolen, and they have the modem, everything inside of it, solar powered or battery. Check him out, because, I use him for a lot of my stuff, and it's not inexpensive, but I mean, you get what you pay for, but it's, very accessible and it never fails. But we need that for things like that.
Yeah.
Totally agree. That
Not
is,
that we could put it in the bathroom, but we could put it outside the bathroom. too.
right.
Yeah,
So you can see what's going in before and after, yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very good, okay.
Oh, and
Next,
for the record, I was knocking like progressively louder. It just took to that level for somebody to hear me.
actually, we heard you from the beginning, we knew it was you,
I
and,
kind of figured you did, so, and it was really hot out there.
okay, last item is, discussion of Jackie Robinson Park. I'm gonna turn this over to Councilman Turner.
Yes. I think, ma'am, we had spoke this weekend as far as the, bathrooms at Jacob Robinson Park, as far as trying to see if maybe some type of improvements there.
So after that, I went back and looked, and so these are some of the improvements that we actually did over the past 2 years. So we got brand-new roof put on there, plus, and that was just earlier this year, and then about, I guess, year ago, maybe 2 years, we went through and we replaced all the toilets, fixtures, all the stalls and doors and everything. So I know we've made some upgrades, and I'm kind of just wondering what else might need to be done at this point with that, because we've kind of gone through and done a lot of the outside and everything. I know we were talking about a new building and wanting to just go, so I think we're gonna have to do a little bit more investigating on kind of, is there anything actually wrong with it at this point? Because, I mean, we've
What about
spent
the lighting?
probably
What about the lighting around?
the lighting around that area.
Around the building and inside the building?
That would be something to look at. I think we probably do need to improve that for sure.
Because a lot of times, the lighting kind of gives a perception if
Yeah,
it's
oh yeah, yeah.
bad or good.
That is definitely something we will look at doing. And, we'll kind of see if there are any other little upgrades that we can do, if there's anything else, just kind of get it, spruce it up a little bit more. But, and I think we said the concrete had even had some work done on that too in the last couple of years. So, I mean, we've probably put about 15,000 into it. Something this size right now is going for about $200,000, so that's a big chunk difference for what we're kind of trying to do. But we'll do some more digging and investigate on kind of what all is going on with that, and do we need something else? Or will this suffice, or are there a couple more upgrades that we can make, whether it's to doors or things like that?
And I would just ask, we could maybe go out there one day next week or the following week together, just try to walk around and, so we can try to,
Yeah.
night, day, doesn't matter, try to
But
figure it out.
There are definitely some upgrades we have planned for that park, in addition to getting this back up. So we will definitely be looking at that over the next couple of years.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Okay, Councilman Robert.
Yeah, I think lighting would help a lot, inside the bathroom and outside the bathroom, and just little small stuff like your little fence around it. You can see where somebody pressure washed it and there's cool little strokes right there. And I mean, I appreciate the effort, but maybe we like paint it white or gray or something, just to, spruce it up. But just little cosmetic things like that can make a big difference. And I'll join y'all whenever you go on the trip to the park.
Yeah, I'll go too, actually.
We're gonna get a bus and I'll ride out together.
I'm gonna drive alone. but
Well,
I'll
then I
follow
have
you.
to take minutes.
the
That's
closest
a quorum.
Oh, no, Travis is, but I'm second.
I'm gonna ride my bike down there.
Okay.
Well, actually, a couple months ago, I visited all the parks, and there's just a tremendous opportunity just for paint and to remove things like we have fireplaces or fire pits that just don't work. There's nothing left to them, or there's no grill for it, so it's like, what's it doing out there? And it's just dangerous. I mean, I think it really would be a good idea for us all as a group to go out there and look at that, because there's so many easy opportunities to really improve the look of the park. Because a lot of times people treat things the way they look. And if they're not looking good, if they're dark, or if they're already in disrepair, people are gonna treat them worse. And Councilman Robert was right, a little bit of paint on, that wooden structure there, and even on the building, because the building looks good in this picture, and I don't know when that was taken, but I know a couple months ago, you could see, hey, a little paint on that would really go a long way. Same with the, what's the community center there in your district?
Richard Brown Community.
Richard
Center.
Brown, when I was there, the outside of that just had a lot of chip paint and things like that, we do something like that, it's really gonna just up the look of it. And it's gonna make it more inviting for people that rent that. We'll say, hey, this is really nice. And that's every park in the parish, we have those opportunities. So that's all, my 2 cents. Mr. Robert?
I was actually just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, I thought I saw you hit
Yeah.
something. Okay. Any other questions, discussion? Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Got a second, got a third, fourth, fifth, we're done. Very good.